Companies can't keep trotting out arena shooters like Halo and Call of Duty and expect to keep players engaged for the long term. That's a fantasy at this point.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me.
Is the fan-made Battle Royale for Halo enough to save the franchise? No, but what I'm not going to do is nitpick too much of a fan mode that is a bigger step in the right direction than anything 343 Studios has shown they are capable of. My biggest complaints with Inheritor Battle Royale are largely due to the limitations of Forge itself. The map feels a bit spacious, open, and empty, with points of interest sprinkled in between. I imagine because of object limits, the game mode had to be this way. Being limited to 24 players is also a tough pill to swallow, but again, a fault that is not in the hands of the Forge team that worked on this mode. The lower player count for the mode is supplemented by AI units that spawn at different points of interest. It can certainly be used to farm weapons, but also serve to annoy the player, as well as a gulag system that in my opinion is in dire need of a rework. Players spawn in on death, and you can spawn behind or in front of enemies that are already engaged in combat. The randomness of how your gulag starts and finishes can make this section of the game feel less enjoyable and more about how lucky you get. Another complaint I have is that this game is going to be found strictly in the custom browser. You're going to be entirely at the mercy of the host on whether or not teamers will be kicked. I saw a couple in my short time playing, or on how quickly a lobby restarts, or they can just throw a fit and end the match early. Other slights against this mode is that outside of the major points of interest on the map, weapon spawns could certainly be denser, and the weapons themselves could be retuned a bit to create better balance for long and short range fights. This mode was built by the Forge Group known as the Forge Falcons and is reportedly the most popular mode and map they have ever launched. I think this is a strong objection to the people who say, Halo doesn't need a battle royale. Arena shooters like Halo and Call of Duty are dying, and single-life multiplayer shooters like Rainbow Six Siege, Counter-Strike, Warzone, and Ghost of Tarkov are booming. I hope this mode improves. I certainly believe the Forge Falcons have shown they're passionate enough about their projects that they will keep tweaking and working on this, but I also hope that the popularity of this mode sends a message to 343 and Microsoft and whoever else is paying attention that the status quo for shooters is changing, and it's time to start changing too. Thank you for your time.